Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I have been playing with a software called Doodly. It's a whiteboarding video creator primarily used for marketing and training videos. Let's get started. So started Doodly. Your username and password should be in your email. Just check it, enter the username and password and log in. So if you have already created videos, all your recent videos will show up here in the welcome page. Doodly allows you to create folders. I strongly recommend creating a folders so that way you can have your videos organized either by users who are creating them or by the type of the videos. This page also shows you all the software that you have purchased. Right now I have the Enterprise Doodly and the Doodly Rainbow add-on and Toonly softwares. So everything I have purchased from these guys. I have a mark showing that I own it. Doodly runs on the cloud, so all the projects, all the fonts that you upload, all the images, everything is stored on the cloud. So the good thing about this is if you change your computer, you don't have to worry because it's accessible from any PC where you have installed Doodly. Coming to this, one quick note about the Doodly Rainbow add-on. This is a separate purchase. It does not come with the Doodly. Even if you have enterprise version, does not come with Doodly. Basically a Rainbow add-on is nothing but the images that you get in Doodly, they are colored. So without this you will only get a black and white version of these images, right? So let's get started. Let me create my first project. So all you do is click on the create new video. Now here you pick the style of the video, whether you want a whiteboard or a chalkboard. Even in chalkboard you have two options, the black chalkboard or the green, the glass board and a custom. Glass board is more of a modern look where it feels as if there is a glass between you and the person giving the presentation. So it's a modern unique look. Custom is where it allows you to change the color or you can pick a image. One situation where you might want to use an image would be, let's say if you want to show your classroom as the background, or if you have a studio and you want to show your studio as a background, or some custom background. So that's where we use this option. And the other one is the marker, whether you want to use a marker or a chalk. So if I'm using whiteboard, marker makes more sense, so that's why it's not even there. But when I go to custom, it gives you an option whether you want to use a chalk or a marker. So in this demo, let's go with simple whiteboard. Give a title, the resolution. This is the resolution of the video that you are going to create. I generally pick 1080p HD, select it and click create. This is the interface where you will be creating your Doodle projects or Doodle videos. I'll give you a quick review on what they are. On the left side you will have all your objects, which are the scenes, the characters, the props, the text, music and the marketplace. Scenes are basically collection of all the images put together to create a scene. Like in this example, this could be a living room, this is a school, this is a beach, etc. So a scene is made up of individual related objects and you have full control on each object that's in the scene. Characters, as the name says, it's all the unique characters, the personalities that you can use in your projects. Props, again, it's the props, so it's more the object that build up the scene. Text is where you have all your fonts and this is used for text purpose. Out of the box, all these fonts are not available. These were the fonts that I added using the add button. You can upload any number of fonts that you own. Out of the box, Doodle comes with only 3 fonts, the last 3 here, the Patrick, the Handley and the Kochi. Similar to fonts, you can also add props by clicking on the add button and selecting the prop images, and you can also add the characters. Right now it doesn't let you add scenes. Basically scene is nothing but combination of characters, so you can always build your own scenes yourself. Sounds, it comes with whole bunch of audio. Again, depending on whether you have a enterprise or a standard version, the number of audios vary. One note, one of the audio that I used in my video which was uploaded to YouTube, I received a copyright violation. I did file a dispute, but something to note. Marketplace has collection of related images or characters for a specific purpose. So if you don't see those characters, images, props in the existing one, you can go and purchase them from the marketplace. If you anything that you have purchased should appear here. Right now I don't have anything, I did not buy anything. In the middle of the screen is where you can preview, you can make changes, edits to your scenes. That could be like adding a text, moving them, resizing them, adding characters, changing their position, size, etc. can be done here. On the right side you have the action buttons, which is save, preview, export, scene settings. We'll see what scene settings is, tools and items. At the bottom we have the timeline. This is where your scenes are put one after the other in a series. Timeline again is made up of the zoom and panning, so any zoom panning that you want to within your video appears here. The next one is the scenes. This is where you create your video scenes. I personally recommend having multiple scenes, so it's less cluttered and keeps it simple. And the next is the audio. This is where you can put a background music for your videos. And the last one here is another audio. This is primarily for voiceover, so if you already have a voiceover you can add it, or you can record your own voice when the video is playing. Let's get started. The first thing I wanted to do is, in this example, let's say I don't want any scenes, I just want to start off with a welcome message. So I go to my text, pick a font, drag it and drop it in the canvas area. When I drop any item that I dropped in my scene, it will start appearing on the right side. So some of the settings you can make it, you can change in the right side items. Let me double click and enter some text, welcome to. And if you want, if you are writing on the right to left text, change it. Check this box. If not, leave it default. Word wrap, what it does is, if you have long text and if it's going beyond the window size, it will wrap it to the next line. So I'll show you an example of this one, but for now I'm just typing in a text and I'll click done. My text appears. Now I can select, drag, move it wherever I want, or if you go to one of the corners, it allows you to resize. So I can drag by holding on the corner to make it bigger, smaller, so any one of those corners. Right. And again move. You see there is a tiny icon here or a handle. This is used to rotate your text. So now I can move, I can resize, I can also rotate my text. And on top of each object you will see some buttons. One is the rightmost one, remove, is delete, so you can click on that button to remove it, or you can just press your delete key on the keyboard to delete. Send back, bring forward, this we will see in just a minute, but all it's trying to do is, if you have two images, one that overlap each other, which one should be sent to back and which one should be in the front or in the forward. We have this asset settings. The asset settings are nothing but the settings of this object. So if you click on that, you can see there are some properties or settings. XY is the position of the object, size and the rotation of the object, which can be done directly on the object too. The color, this is where you select the color. Either you pick an existing color or you choose from the list by just selecting one of the color, or if you know the hex code or the RGB values, you can enter it. So right now I'm just picking one color and click outside the box. Here we specify enter animation. So when we enter the scene, how you want it to animate. So if you say draw, it will start drawing the text or the image. If you say none, when scene starts, it starts with those objects already in place. So let's go back to draw, and the next one is the duration, how long it should draw. So if you want it to draw faster, the duration should be less. If you want it to draw slow, then increase the duration. Exit animation. So this is where when the animation is done, when you exit, how do you want to do? Now it's none, which means there's don't do anything once, or you can ask it to erase, and this is again the duration, how long it should take to erase the animation. All I did was change the color, click apply. That's it. Now let's preview it and see how it looks. There are three different methods for you to preview. One, come down to the timeline, right click and say preview. It will show you the preview. In this case, if you notice, it's much faster. So let me make it slower. So I go back to the settings, draw, I can increase the speed. So let me say take it 3.1 seconds to do the animation. Again, right click, preview. Now you can see it's much slower and you can see what exactly it's doing. The other way of previewing is you can click, there is a show preview button, you can click it there. So it splits the window into two. So if you have a wider monitor, this would be much more easy, where you can make changes and you can click here to preview the shape and see how it looks. The third preview is here. Just click on that button and then it will preview the same thing. Primary difference between the right click preview and the preview button is right click preview will only preview the current scene. So if you have 10 scenes and if you want to only preview scene 6, you just right click on scene 6 and select preview, so that piece will be previewed. But if you click on this preview, then it starts from the beginning all the way to the end. Next, let's look at the settings. So if you see on the timeline, there is a settings button. Click on that. It has some settings that you can change. One is the style, whether you want a whiteboard or blackboard. So before starting the video, you have selected some style settings. If you want to later on change it, you can change it. For the hand, whether you want a real hand or a cartoon hand or no hand, and then whether you want a left hand or right hand. So depending on your requirement, you can change. You can change the title. Video ends when animation ends. So what this option is telling you is there could be a situation where your animation, where your scenes are shorter than the audio. So how do you want the video to end? So if the animation ends, you want the video to stop there or let it continue till the end of the audio. Default is when animation ends, it stops. Scene transition, that when you transition from one scene to another scene, how do you want it to transit? Swipe left is the scene will swipe to the left, right is to the right, up, down, mixed. I haven't tried this, but we can check. Camera panning, I haven't tried this. And the resolution, so pick your resolution. Resolution is same thing that you have already set when you created the video, but if you want to change it, you can change it. So I'm clicking apply, not making change. Let's create the scene 2. So come down to the timeline, click on the add new scene button. A blank scene appears. Let's go to the scenes and pick, drag it and drop it. Okay, also notice, since I have the rainbow add-on, my images in color. If you don't have a rainbow add-on, your images would look more like these black and white. Now let's check the preview, what it does. So I can click on the preview button there. If you see, it goes to scene 1, then it comes to scene 2. Okay, this took a while for it to draw. So what we can do is we can change the duration of each one of those objects. So if you click on the image, you can see the settings. So go to the settings and you can say how long you want the image to draw. So right now it's a 17 seconds. I want it to be done in 5 seconds. Enter it, click apply. Let's preview. This time I only want to preview this particular scene. I don't want to start from the beginning, so I right click on my second scene, click preview button. So it's much faster. So instead of taking 17 seconds to draw, it took just 5 seconds to draw the car. If you have a scene where there are a lot of objects, then the easy way to change those durations would be on the right side. So if you see, each object has a duration. So I can say I want this to be car to be drawn in 3 seconds, the lady to be drawn in a second, and the tools to be drawn in a second. So this is much faster and easier way. Now if I go back, right click and preview, you can see everything would be so much faster. I recommend have a faster scenes, else your audience will easily get bored. So try to balance it out accordingly. Okay, let's create one more scene. For the demo, I'm just copying some text. Okay, so I just got some text copied, and let's pick a scene, drag drop. In this case I don't want, let's say I don't want this text, I delete it. This text, double click, and I paste the message I copied. So if you see, what happens is, since the text is so long, it pretty much gone out of my window. To fix that problem, one is you can start reducing the size, so everything will try to fit in, but then the text becomes so tiny it's hardly readable. So what you can do is double click and select the word wrap. So when you do that, it automatically moves the text to the next line. Now you have more flexibility in making the text smaller and wider. I think I probably have got too much of junk. Let's move him so we have more room. So okay, bad example, but you get the idea. Also, if you have a situation like that, what I would do is split the text into multiple such text items, so it gives you flexibility. So let me cut some part of the text, right? Or you can make it into multiple scenes. So scene 1 would be that, and then scene 2 would be the next part of the text. So let me paste this thing. Oops, word wrap, so it can come down, move it, make it smaller, so on, so forth. So there we go. So all I did was added some long text, and because it was going out of my screen, I enable word wrap. I don't know if you notice, every minute a pop-up was coming and it was saying saving my project. That's because I enabled that option. It's always a good idea to save. What I did was, if you go to the settings, at the bottom there is a enable auto save. So if you check this box, this Doodly software will automatically try to save your project every minute. Very handy. I strongly recommend auto saving your project. Okay, now let's play this scene. So I right click, preview. So it draws and then it's writing, it's taking forever. I can pause, stop, go to the settings, or I can come here. If you see, it's 107 seconds. I don't have 107 seconds. I will say finish in 5 seconds, and you finish in 5 seconds. 10 seconds. Okay, he didn't like 5 seconds. Okay, sometimes when you enter a number, it may not like it, so I generally use the plus or minus button to get the values to closest to what I want. So if it's 5 seconds, 5 seconds may not be valid, so it might be 4.9 or 5.2. so I just click these buttons until I get to a number close to what I want. There, 4.7. so let's preview it. Much faster. There. So far so good. One last thing I wanted to show you is the delay option. So all it does is wait for that many number of seconds before the draws. So for example, let's say my car, I want it to be drawn in 3 seconds, but after the car is drawn, I want to wait for a second before the lady is drawn. Oops, what is wrong? Okay, 1 second, and then after the lady is drawn, I want to wait for a second before the tools are drawn. So if you notice, when I preview, it draws the car, waits for a second, draws the lady, waits for a second, draws the tool. The advantage with this is when you have text like this, you want your users to completely read this message, then come to the next one. If you don't give them enough time, they will be lost. So what I would do in this scenario would be, I want them to read, and let's say if it takes them 5 seconds to read, I would put 5 seconds delay. So let me add 5 seconds here, or 3 seconds, or whatever you think is enough duration for them to complete their reading. So now when I preview this, the image is drawn, the text is written. So as it's writing, as a user, I may be reading the message that's being written on the screen. Once that's done, now there's no distraction. I have solid 5 seconds to finish what I'm reading, and then the next piece starts. One last thing is the scene settings. I want you to check the scene settings is for the particular scene, right? So here the defaults are already there. You can change that. Right now I'm not doing, we'll do a different video for that. Exit animation, you see that extra time at the end. So this is very similar to the delay that we talked, but this is between the scenes. So what it means is, once this car scene is done, before starting the next scene, how much delay you want it to have. So when I go to a particular scene and go to the scene settings, and if I say, you know what, before I go to the next scene, I want you to wait for 4 seconds, then it will give 4 seconds for the viewer to read or see or like register what's happening in that scene before it moves to the next scene. So let's quickly preview. That's our scene 1. Immediately it went to scene 2. Now it's because I said I think 4 seconds, it's waiting 4 seconds for me to complete the scene and then move to the next one. So again, the next scene comes, I have the text. It's giving me 4 or 5 seconds to read, and then the next set of text starts. There. And when everything looks good, we are ready to deliver the project. We click on export. It's ask you where do you want to save, what is the format. Typically I choose MP4 because this is much more known format which is compatible with lots of software. So if you want to upload to Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, most of those services recognize. If you want to share on WhatsApp, this is a standard format, so I prefer using that. The resolution, typically I do 1080p, which is HD, so the quality is good no matter where the viewers are watching, whether it's a smartphone, tablet, or a PC, or a bigger screen. HD would look good on all the devices. And then you just click continue, it will generate the video, then you should be able to upload, share, etc. Thanks for staying with me and going through this session. Next session I'll know how to do narration or how to add music, or if there is anything that I learned with the tool, I will create a tutorial for that. Thanks guys, appreciate your time. Thank you. Bye.